Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review, and today we're looking at Last Stand Spider-Man. A character that I'm not all too familiar with, however, I'm sure I will learn plenty about him doing research for this video. But first, let's go over the back. Caught outside of time, Peter Parker sees a potential future in which the NYPD confronts him for his past crimes, and he makes his last stand. Interesting. UPC. Alright, let's open this figure up. Alright, here is Last Stand out of the box, and this really isn't a comic representation of this character. This is from the video game. This is like his model from the PS4 Spider-Man Insomniac game, which is something that they did similar with this one, the Spider armor. If you can remember, this is not really a comic accurate, as he does have like some panels going back here and all throughout the figure, and just the texturing. Yeah, it is straight from the game. It's like a game reverse. I'm guessing they just like have the model, so it's just easy to make a figure from it. I have no idea. Nonetheless, though, this figure has it's interesting. As we go up, you can see lots of texturing in that clothing. Yeah, those boots are a nice sculpt, and so is the pants. Very wrinkly. He needs to iron those out pronto. And yeah, it has like those pockets on the front and the back right here. The back, I think it's like drooped down a little too low. Would have liked them to be a bit higher. But yeah, if you go up even further, and that jacket piece is brand new. But I want to say this entire abdomen piece is on a diaphragm joint. So they first did this with Luke Cage, and just recently with Jean Grey. I just don't like the whole abdomen just being one single piece. I get it. It like allows for greater detail, but it just comes at a cost of that articulation. And for a character like Spider-Man, that's something that you sorely need, as he's a very dynamic character. You're going to want to get him to some really awesome poses, but because of this, you're just not really able to. That's a pretty big bummer. But yeah, I love the sculpt nonetheless. It looks great. And those arms they look like reused to me. I don't know where I've seen this, but I feel like I've seen it on another figure before. Those hands I'm pretty sure they're new. Yeah, they look great too. They're all uniquely sculpted as well. Love that spider logo. And the head, yeah, you can easily tell this is the Insomniac eye lenses right there. This was from the video game. And yeah, it has some paneling right there. Don't know how I feel about that, because it just is over designed sometimes. That's what they do to like their costumes in the game. It's all right. I don't like that one going across. I like the one going up here and right there, but I don't like the one in the center. That is such a niche nitpick for me. I'm like, I like this seam and this one as well, but these two underneath the eyes, they don't do it for me. I mean, like, first world problems, am I right? But yeah, and the collar going up covers a lot of the neck. That's really good. For accessories, he comes with 2 opened hands and 2 closed. And that's it. Going over articulation, the head is able to move up this much, go down a really good amount. He has some pivot and side-to-side movement. His arm is able to bend up this much and go all the way around with that shoulder rotation. He has bicep swivel, a double-jointed elbow, and your standard wrist hinge going up, down, all the way around. Yeah, it's a bit tricky because the socket is deep inside the sleeve. He's able to bend this far back and this far forward. And with that diaphragm joint, he's also able to have a bit of pivot and some side-to-side movement. And his leg is able to kick out pretty far, go out to the side a decent amount, and go back not really at all. He has upper thigh swivel, a double-jointed knee that's able to kick up this high. And his foot is able to move this far down, this far up. Okay, not at all up. But he does have some. Now for the size comparisons. Here he is next to Amazing Friends and Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and 90s animated cel-shaded Spider-Man. Then we have Pizza and Symbiote Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099 and Silk, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman and Chasm, Mary Jane Watson and Aunt May, Modular Iron Man and Daredevil, X-Men 97, Cyclops and Wolverine. And now for the other figures in this wave, we have Scarlet Spider and Tombstone, Jack-O-Lantern and Hallows Eve, Spider-Shot, here he is next to the Insomniac Spider-Man, Morbius and Gary the Stormtrooper, and finally the Marvel Legends Spider-Hams. Alright, time for my final rating and my overall thoughts. I'm going to give this figure a final rating of 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's decent. It's a decent figure. I'm not going to say it's good or great, but it is decent. It's passable. But at the same time, it's like it's not horrible. It's not bad. Yeah, that torso articulation is rough. It is super rough. And the sculpt overall like makes it a little hard for him to just stand on his own. Of course, I took a bit of finagling to get him into this pose. And the overall like lack of paint apps all throughout the figure, like I would have liked some like dry brushing here or there. Yeah, it just makes this figure look a bit more plasticky. Still a pretty good sculpt though. I think I'm like really torn between 7.5 and then 8. But I think I'm just gonna stick with 7.5 for right now. If I ever change it, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, definitely the weakest part of this wave, but even then, it is still good. And that'll do for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do that will support the channel will be greatly appreciated. If you watched this one as well as my 5 previous Spider-Man reviews, thank you guys so much. Your support, I appreciate it truly. And yeah, with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.